Hey, good evening, everybody. It's Smiley Chris here. I believe we are live streaming right now. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Tonight's the big night. We got a supermoon, we got a blood moon, and we got the State of the Union address. Let's hope a lot of people are going to jail after this. All right. Before we start the State of the Union, I just wanted to share some of my rhymes. This is called from a song called The Lion. And I guess I'll just get going with it. Here we go. I'm a lion. The crown's heavy on my head. There's a lot of Kathy Griffins out there wishing for my death. Yet I step outside every single day, knowing that my death might be the price I pay for this nation divided. The hatred, I fight it. They'll claim that I'm racist and say I'm a tyrant, yet the people know better. The unreleased letters show a deep state death plot, yet I won't let up. That's why I'm fighting. That's why they're trying to poison the minds of the masses by lying. They'll rig the election. They rigged the election because that was their last chance. Now I'm draining the swamp and I'm breaking a trance of the mockingbird media, more treasonous and sleazier than any time on record, showing that they're desperate. I'll keep roaring for my country, do whatever it takes so we can thrive with our pride, make America great. All right, best of luck tonight, Mr. Trump. We love you, we're with you. Let's see, now we're going to cut to the live stream of the inauguration here.
Maxine Waters, Nancy Pelosi, and John McCain immediately.
That might not be that great of a thing, though, because then you have a bunch of young to jump in the political sphere, and that wouldn't be good because most of them are ridiculous and want communism or socialism.
That is true.
All right, I'll be back after
that is
the
true. So now we see everybody's lining up. We got about 6 minutes before the speech begins. We'll be giving you guys the feed through C-SPAN. We will also be then going to the BET presentation of Maxine Waters' rebuttal, which should be hilarious and outrageously funny, belly laughs for all. But don't forget to send out the live stream link right now, Infowars.com/show, Infowars.com/show. Also, take a look at Infowars.
40% off, actually.
40% off. There it is. Mind and Body Combo Pack, and that's Brain Force Plus, Vitamin Mineral Fusion. Boom, right there. Two great products. I use both of those. Not so much the Vitamin Mineral Fusion as much as I actually use the whey protein powder mixed with Caveman more than the Vitamin Mineral Fusion. I found that to be an amazing meal replacement to mix 1 scoop of each in with a glass of raw milk. But there's the Mind and Body Combo, 40% off, Brain Force Plus and Vitamin Mineral Fusion. As you know, Brain Force Plus is the product the liberals are aghast of, especially when they saw Paul Joseph Watson doing an ad for it. There's a funny ad we have running on the channel right now that, hey, we're not going to run probably hardly any ads till after everything happened. Look at Wasserman Schultz. She's still in there. How is that lady not arrested? These people all need to go to jail. This is amazing that we still have these criminals here. I would love to see that swamp drain. There's at least 60% of the people in that room that are probably guilty of a felony or two.
I'd love to see that picture that we're seeing right here on the screen at the State of the Union. I'd like to see that painted, because a lot of times we're so used to having everything in high definition on a big flat screen. But, you know, it just makes me think of all of those old paintings and pictures when you used to see, you know, our legislators come together and they would literally paint these amazing pictures of them all thinking and coming together like they did with the writing of the Declaration of Independence. It would be cool to see somebody actually paint or draw something with Trump and the State of the Union.
I think that you just saw Gillibrand and Blumenthal chatting, a couple of Trump haters. You just saw crazy Bernie Sanders. Well, the millionaires and billionaires and millionaires and billionaires. Bernie, can we talk about something else, please? You've been saying that for 5 years. Millionaires and billionaires and Trump Russia.
What are the purple ribbons for? I'm not up on this liberal logic. What's going on? I see everybody with purple ribbons. There has to be a reason. Awareness. Depends on the color pattern. Awareness of what? What is the meaning of the purple ribbon? I mean, why are all, I saw two of them. Bernie Sanders had one on. It has to mean socialism, I guess.
Bernie?
Maybe it's their way of protesting.
It's the purple revolution. It's the color revolution. It's George Soros's
they have their
purple
color
revolution.
There's Melania looking beautiful.
The classy first lady.
Dressed in all white.
Make the first lady a lady again.
Well, she is a lady. Look at her.
No, that's my point. It's nice to have a first lady again. Was that the young man that was lawn mowing the White House?
Oh, yeah. I think you're right.
How about that? Big ups
See
to
what
that
happens
young
when
man.
you do a little work? Good things happen to those who work. Guys, this is a great format. Keep this. This looks great.
Yeah. That is so true, though. That's why that story was so heartwarming, because in this country, it might not be easy sometimes, but if you dedicate yourself and you have integrity and you work hard, you can make it, and you can really do anything. That doesn't mean it's easy. It just means it's possible.
You know, the media has already been jumping all over the fact that Melania rode separate from Trump here, but she rode with her guest that she's going to be sitting with rather than with the president, and so they've been jumping on. And, of course, with speculations of, are they fighting? Are they going to break up over accusations of Trump being, you know, not loyal?
I'd like to say a couple things about Secretary of State Tillerson. It seems like he is still pushing that Syrian myth that we have to get rid of Bashar al-Assad at any means necessary, and I don't like seeing that from him.
He is an oil man, and there's a big pipeline battle right now with Syria, so you know he's got his mind on that probably.
Yeah. Haven't heard too much from Ben Carson lately, and then we have our former governor from Texas.
The Energy Department. He's running the Energy Department now.
And there's Betsy DeVos, or Betsy DeVos, depending on where you come from. Well, they hate her with a passion, the liberals. Think she's going to destroy the vaunted Department of Education. Which I don't think people understand how the education system works in this country.
What she's been pushing would actually be great for people living in poor areas, and specifically for minorities in America who tend to live in more poverty-stricken areas. The voucher program that she's pushed for would actually help them. Their parents want to get them into a better school, give them a better chance. They can take that voucher elsewhere. That's what she's pushing for.
We have to control these minds and make them feel like the government is their leader and will provide everything they need. We don't want them going off to a school where they learn how to think critically. That'd be bad for our country.
There's Kirsten Nelson, too, who made quite a name for herself just a few weeks ago, addressing foreign policy. And just to add on to what Millie was saying, in St. Louis, they were able to get something passed now where you can get a tax deduction if you don't want to go to the public school in that area and you'd rather go to a different school or a private school. Now you can get a tax deduction. So that's another way where you can
use that to pay for another school.
You can choose your education instead of the government choosing for you. I think it's brilliant. And coming from St. Louis, I can tell you that that's going to be big league, huge support for people in St. Louis on that one.
That's really interesting because in Trump's tax plans, they make it so that you can have your child care expenses tax deductible. So essentially, if I want my kid to be in a preschool or whatever school I want him to be in, I can take him to that school. And if I have a problem with that school, I can put him in a different school. Wherever I'm willing to put my child is where my child will go. And I think that that actually gives the parent and the child more resources, especially if there are occurrences of bullying, which we see in older school-age children more than with little babies. But if there's a bullying incident, you could just take your kid and take them somewhere else. You don't even have to be stuck in that same school.
There's Linda McMahon and Nikki Haley, part of Trump's record number of women in his administration. That's right, all those people that say Trump's misogynist. He put more women in his administration than any president in U.S. history. And then you tell them that to their face and they say you're fake news, even though it's very easy to prove and verify. You know, that's how that
goes. I saw a mainstream media journalist, a woman of all things, hounding Sarah Sanders about why Sean Spicer wasn't there or why she was up there. And she's like, well, this is my job. I come up here and I dress you sometimes. And it was like, why are you giving her a hard time? Is it because you're mad because you don't like the fact that it doesn't go with your narrative when Trump has a woman up there addressing you?
And is that cop somebody special right there?
Or you know what? I can't tell. I'm trying to look at the shoulder badge to see if I can read anything on there. I'm thinking maybe that was the cop that stopped the shooting after Steve Scalise got shot. I don't know. This is just a thought.
It's been quite a year to get to this point. Normally, I think you'd see this amount of activity in 2 years of an administration, but Trump has really hit the ground running, even with this Russia investigation and everything else that they're trying to throw at him, the Trump rotation attack carousel that they keep lining up. It hasn't seemed to do much. And the one thing I do that is, because we're not going to probably like everything Trump does or his administration does. We're going to be critical about it. But it's hard to be critical when he's being attacked over utter BS. It's hard to go, well, we're going to get him on this when there's 10,000 other people just stabbing him with lies in the back. So it is hard to be critical, but there are some things that I'm not happy about, and I'm looking into some things. Somebody sent me something about the this HR, I think it's 4406. It's got a bunch of biometric data implications in it. So I really want to take a look at that and see what's going on. There's a lot going on. It's a big country, and there's a lot of parts moving around in it. But I tell you what, so, one thing is for sure, the economy is booming at this point.
I want to give an update. That is Officer Ryan Holitz. He was the one that discovered and rescued and then adopted the addict baby. So here comes President Trump right now. Let's go to the audio.
All right.
The President of the United States.
Well, then we can assume that if that's who he has there, if he's going to be talking about the opioid crisis and why we need to have our borders secure, we can guess that based on who he has as a guest, we're going to be hearing about that.
Yeah, what did they find? Pounds of fentanyl?
Baby that was...
No, the fentanyl that was enough to kill 1 million people, that was coming over the border. And so they found that.
Which fentanyl has been killing people.
Yeah. But that's something people get when they can't get their heroin or they can't get their prescription drugs, and they go after fentanyl and take too much.
Here you see Steve Scalise behind him, Mitch McConnell, Chuck Schumer, the rat.
And I will say that the president looks great. It looks like whoever he has styling his hair, styling him, he just looks really sharp.
He wakes up like
point.
that.
I do my own hair.
He looks in great health, too. I mean, he looks extremely healthy for his age. Way healthier than Hillary Clinton, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I don't even think it's close.
10-month-old dog turd looks healthier than Hillary Clinton.
I'm not going to argue with you, Owen.
Maybe 12 months.
Once again, you're watching the live stream at Infowars.com/show. Take this time right now and send that link out to everybody you know, Infowars.com/show. Tell people to join in. Watch us on Facebook, watch us on Periscope, watch us on YouTube, or just go to Infowars.com/show where we have free streams for you, and you can put them on your TV like what we're doing in this room. I got it on